Thanks, Kristen. It's a pleasure to be here, and hello to everybody online. Thanks for joining. Always a great pleasure to be back at AGSIW. Why now? I think it's because the first kind of wave of foreign policy under King Salman and the Crown Prince were failures. It was the intervention in Yemen. It was a very muscular kind of throw your weight around in the region foreign policy, not just in Yemen, but also vis-a-vis Qatar, as you said, vis-a-vis Lebanon, and vis-a-vis Iran. Right, the initial rhetoric from the Crown Prince toward Iran was we're gonna take the battle inside Iran, and starting in 2017, they had an American administration who encouraged and played into this notion that we're gonna throw our weight around vis-a-vis Iran, and we're gonna teach the Iranians a lesson, and none of it worked, right? None of it worked. Yemen didn't work. The Qatar boycott didn't work. The effort to shake up Lebanese politics, very ham-handed, no pun intended, didn't work. And particularly the hard line toward Iran did not work. And then when the Iranians reacted by striking Abqaiq and Khurais, the most important oil facility in the world back in September of 2019, the United States, the Trump administration, did nothing. And I think that was an enormous shock to Saudis generally, and I think it was a wake-up call to the Crown Prince. So, there's an extensive and not very there's extensive literature on learning in foreign policy without much consensus on what it means and how you can tell if countries learn from their mistakes in foreign policy. But I think that we can surmise that there was some learning in Saudi Arabia and an effort to readjust to what was, a number of years of failed regional foreign policy. On the global side, I think that we're coming out of an unusual period of global unipolarity, right? Really, in the 90s and the 2000s, there was no challenge to the United States as a global power. There was really no challenge to the United States in most regions of the world, right? Russia was flat on its back. China was emerging. The United States was not just the dominant global power, it was the dominant power in almost every region in the world, maybe in every region of the world, certainly in the Middle East. And I think it's just inevitable as that unnatural position of unipolarity recedes with the return of Russia to at least ambitions to be an extra regional power, to the remarkable growth of China economically and in terms of both regional and global ambitions, that there are options now for middle powers like Saudi Arabia.
آنچه در مورد ما میگویند